Party llama. Party llama makes a party, party llama brings a party, party llama is the party, party llama, llama party. Do the party llama. Party llama makes a party, party llama brings a party, party llama is the party, party llama, llama party. Strobe lights, cool hats, disco ball, ice skates if applicable, sunglasses inside, pizza delivered to your door, Capri Sun, bags of chips, variety of assorted dips. Do the party llama. Do the party llama. Do the party llama. Stop. Llama time. Party llama knows how to party. Party llama. Party llama makes a party, party llama brings a party, party llama is the party, party llama, llama party. Do the party llama. Party llama makes a party, party llama brings a party, party llama is the party, party llama, llama party. Strobe lights, cool hats, disco ball, ice skates if applicable, sunglasses inside, pizza delivered to your door, Capri Sun, bags of chips, variety of assorted dips. Do the party llama. Do the party llama. Do the party llama. Stop. Llama time. Party llama knows how to party.
From Knight's Court here in Missouri City, it's the Take Live Show, starring Travis White. And now, here he is, Travis White.
up, guys? Look, I got two little baboons. Last time she was on here, she spit up on me. But hopefully, see, I think she's tall enough. Let me see. Here we go. Oh, Lens, there you go. You can get seen a little bit better. There you go. I'll throw up a little bit higher for everyone. Say hi, Lens. She didn't say hi. But we got Lainey with us today. This is who my co-host is. Just kidding. This is only one of them. But this is, say hi, Lainey. If you just wave. She just sits there all the time, like ready to fight somebody. She holds her little fist. But guys, what's up and welcome to the Take Live, guys. The Take Live show, late night show, whatever you want to call it. I'm so glad you're here. And Lainey, I mean, crying out loud, look at her. She's so excited to be here. She just can't contain herself. She doesn't know what's going on. Like, she's mesmerized by all the lights. She's like, drilling. Take it. Go ahead. She doesn't, look, it just falls off. Okay, well, guys, again, I'm super excited y'all are here. Super excited that y'all tuned in. I hope y'all got the news that October 11th, we're going to be going back. And I'm going to talk about that in a little bit. But she's just making me laugh. Sorry. I'm going to talk about that in a little bit. But first, what I must do, what I have to do, is introduce the star for tonight, the guest for tonight. Some will say that she's beautiful. Me, I would say that. She's amazing. I would say that. I would actually have to say that she's the best looking woman that goes to RPC at all 3 campuses. But I don't think it's just my opinion. I think that's a fact. But anyhow, without further ado, guys, you might have not seen her lately. You might have not seen her in a while. But would you please put your hands together for my beautiful wife, Miss Madison White. Come on, clap, Lens. Clap, 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 clap. I would say hi, but I can't hug you because I'm hugging somebody else.
It's okay.
And she's just she wants me to hug her instead. How was your day at work? I haven't even really got to talk to her today. You know, usually people come up and I'm like, how are you? Like, what have you been up to? But since, you know, she lives with me, I kind of already know what she's been up to, so I can move past how was your day and ask, well, I mean, ask you how your day was, but how was work?
It was great. It's great. 2
Bunch
more
of
days of
kindergartens.
virtual, and then they get to come to my class.
Bunch of kinders. Huh,
Yeah.
Lanes? Don't throw up on me again. All right, we're not going to do that again. Last time she threw up on me, I don't remember.
Yeah.
If she kind of has that face like she's about to. I think I feel some gas coming out. If she does, it's okay. I have an extra shirt. Oh my gosh. But guys, this is what we're going to do. Tonight, we're going to be more like, you know, usually it's like Maddie gets up here, or, you know, maybe not Maddie, but whoever our guest is gets up here and they end up coming up and like I'm asking them several questions and, you know, we get like a little bit of conversation going and everything. I thought it's not fair if I ask Maddie questions because I already, or, you know, yeah, if I ask her questions because I already know like most of the answers, not all of them. Oh, she spit up. I'm gonna set her right here. There we go. Set your butt right there. She doesn't like that. Okay. I already like know, obviously, because she's my wife. I know a lot about her. But tonight, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do 2 things. I'm gonna let y'all ask her questions. So start typing questions in the chat. But the other thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna try to play a game to really test our skill to see if we know one another. So you might have heard like the Merry Wed game or whatever. I like to call this the best friend game. If I had a little box, it'd be the best friend box that we can pull questions out of.
That's cute.
Yeah, I know,
I like
right?
that.
I could have decorated it, put little hearts on it and everything, but I didn't. It's just it's just them. So, guys, I'm counting on y'all. I'm counting on y'all to be able to ask a question for Maddie that you have. And so I'm looking for y'all. I'm waiting to see what questions y'all have. So it could be the newlywed question and we can try to guess it. I have a little pen over here, but if you have just another random question to ask her, that would be great. Meadow says that she misses you.
Oh, I miss you too. I miss everyone.
Yeah. Too bad we can't go, we can't go back now. We gotta wait a couple of weeks, right, Lens? I should have just brought her on. I could have just interviewed her. She would have given me the greatest answers. I'd be like, Lainey, What do you think the answer is to world peace?
She does like to talk.
Genius. Nobel Prize right there. Just kidding. Guys, quit putting the stinking work thing. If you already did it once, it's not going to do it again. Okay? CJ, Meadow, it's done. That's it. You got one entry. That's all you get. Okay? So quit putting it in and give me a question to be able to ask Maddie. Somebody help me out here. I'm relying on y'all. I trusted y'all because y'all have been so good these last several weeks at talking in the chat. I was like, you know what? I can trust them today. I can trust them by them giving me a question. What has been, here we go. Thank you, Meadow. I appreciate you. What has been the most awkward moment between us?
I don't know.
Oh, that's a really good question. The most awkward moment in between us. Is it when I probably embarrassed you at any point in time? Are you, I mean, there's so many different awkward like ways that things can happen. I don't know if y'all have noticed, but I'm kind of an awkward guy. So
I know. I'm awkward too. So put us together and
it doesn't work out too well. You put us together, no one's here, then we just look like idiots and everyone laughs at us. But I'm very awkward, and I sometimes am not. I don't know if y'all have caught this or not. Like sometimes I'm like, I feel like I'm really slick. Other times I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm not slick. I'm awkward. But I'm trying to think. Okay, what's the most awkward that we've had? I guess between us.
between us?
That's a really good question.
I don't know between us.
What about an awkward situation that we've been put in together? Does that work? You want that? We can do that.
Okay.
Awkward situation that we've been put in together.
Well, sometimes when you are like talking and then like nobody else hears you and then I hear you and then it's just awkward because it's like, I heard you, but nobody else
That's
did.
half the reason
It
I
happens
married Maddie. A lot of people, and maybe y'all even included, tune me out a lot of times. And I'll be like, hey guys, what if we tried this? And no one else hears me. And then Maddie hears me and she kind of, and what's me? This is kind of mean. She laughs at me. She laughs. And she kind of comforts me.
It's his reaction that's funny.
Because
He'll
I'm
be
just
like,
kind of like,
okay.
yeah, I'm just
fine."
kind of like, okay, like that's fine, no big deal, whatever. Like it's all good. And so, oh no, Lanes, please, no, not now. We're just getting started. Here, what if I hold you this way? She wants to be held a different way. That's what it is. But anywho, there we go. We got her better. Yeah, that's very awkward. That sucks, actually, kind of. It really. I don't know if y'all like know this or not, but or if that's happened to you. But trying to talk in like a group of people and no one hearing you, and then what's the worst is when someone else goes and says exactly what you said, and the whole group is like, "Oh my gosh, that's so funny,"
Yes.
or like. Because she's heard this before,
Yeah.
or if it's like a great idea, everyone's like, "Oh my gosh, that's a great idea." I'm like, I just said that 38 seconds ago, yet you're listening to this other blob who just probably heard me but didn't acknowledge it and thought that's a great
they'll just
idea.
take your
I'm
idea.
taking all of the credit. Yeah, guarantee that's what they did. How many times? All right, this will be the last question. How many times does Travis annoy you a day?
A day. He never annoys me. What are you talking about? No.
You can be honest.
Well, it depends on his mood. It depends on the day. I'm gonna get in trouble after this. No, he really doesn't annoy me that much. Sometimes he gets a little hyper and he can make some
get really-
crazy noises that make me cringe a little bit, and then he does it on purpose to.
Well, okay, sometimes I do it whenever I'm singing songs. So like if I sing songs like, okay, what's the one that's like, she's got eyes that it seems to me reminds me of childhood memories. But I have this pitch. I don't know, I feel like I created this pitch and no one else can hit it,
Yeah.
but it's like just high enough to where it doesn't burst your eardrums, but it feels like it's about
feels
to,
like it.
but it's annoying enough to where you can handle it. So it's kind of like the beginning of that, I kind of go, and it's like
and
that
then
little
gradually
noise.
gets higher.
And I can make it higher, and I won't do that, but I'll sing the song, and like she'll be sitting on the couch, and I'll try to like whenever it kind of gets to higher notes, I'll try to do that. So I'll be like,
And he
"She's
watches
got
for my
eyes
reaction.
that it seems to me,
Yeah.
smile reminds me of childhood memories. Everything
See, now he's excited because he gets to do it for y'all.
So it's kind of like that. And I don't know how loud that was in y'all's ears, but luckily that this volume can be contained. It might seem a little bit louder, but I can make it louder here. So you're kind of lucky on that end. Let's see. Okay, so here's the question. Here's the answer. So we have one more, or not. Here's the answer. Here's the game. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give Maddie. Keep the questions coming, but what you have to do is you ask us a question that we have to get together. So like one cheesy example is like, okay.
What is Travis's favorite color?
Yeah, that's a dumb question, so don't ask it, but I'm just kidding. I just great answer question. What's Travis's favorite color? And then like we both write it down, and then we hide it, and then we show it at the same time, and see if she can get it right. So if she can guess my answer, and then vice versa. We're gonna switch it. So first, ask me a question, and then I'm gonna write my answer down, and we'll see if Maddie has the same answer. So we're gonna go and look at that. Perfect. Thank you, Aaron. I had a perfect impression right there. I appreciate that, Aaron. You're gonna burst my speakers. Oh, so it was loud. Sorry, I apologize. I didn't know that it was loud. I'm glad that you appreciated it though. Ooh, okay. First one.
I'm scared.
First one, Meadow put. I appreciate this, Meadow. I'm right-handed, so. So I'm going to try and answer this as best I can. Who is the better cook?
That depends.
I'm just going to leave this open because I'm not going to show. It's my answer. She can't see my answer. Ooh, that smells. Sorry, Lane, if you smell that. Smells like Sharpie. All right, you ready to show our answers?
Okay.
3,
I don't think they're gonna be the
2,
same.
1. Oh. What'd you have?
Oh, I put Travis when he grills.
Hey, oh, looky there. I put Maddie when she bakes and me when I grill. Looky there. Look, you see that? That's what's called, it's not that much years of marriage, but 3 years of marriage. Just kidding. I'm going to cross that one out. Hey. Put that plug in your mouth. It worked. All right. Next question. Ooh, there's so many. Ooh, man.
Ooh,
so
I
many
see
good
them all coming in.
Okay. Let's see. I'm trying to think of one. Okay. So we've got 2 movies. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. We got 2 movie questions. One asked me about me and one asked about you. Okay? So they said, what's Maddie's favorite movie and what's my favorite movie? So we're going to write them both down. And so that's kind of like a double whammy. And so we're going to write them both down. I'll write down my favorite. She writes down hers favorite, and we'll see if we get it right.
Wait, I'm just going to write both of ours. I don't think I spelled it right.
This is so hard to write, and you might not be able to read my answer. Okay. You ready? Ooh, it smells. 3, 2, 1, go. Let me see. Forrest Gump, Sweet Home Alabama. Forrest Gump, Sweet Home Alabama. Look at us, man. We kill this. Okay,
Yeah,
guys.
we do.
One thing you don't know, whenever we go to, so my grandparents host a, this is how goofy my family is. My grandparents, can you put that up for me?
Yeah.
My grandparents, I see you, bubs, I see you, perhaps, don't worry, it's okay. My grandparents host a Valentine's party every single year, and we have questions.
What's
It's
it
called the Love Feast.
The Love Feast.
And we go to that every single year, and we don't win this game, but we get pretty dang close to getting first. Just saying. Ooh. Let's see. I'm trying to find one like that we don't talk about a lot because a lot of these we can go through. So, when's the last time Travis went out without a hat? Thanks, Wesley. She knows the answer. It's yesterday. When did you guys first meet?
Oh.
But see, we would both say the same thing for that one. We would say the same. Right, we're gonna say it. We're just gonna say it. Okay, we'll see if we say the same thing.
When? Right?
Okay. Yeah. Wait, what are we gonna say? Are we gonna say the year? Or are we gonna say
The grade that we were in.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, 6.
Sixth grade.
Boom, look at there. See,
grade.
we got that right. Maybe that's what we'll do instead of writing it down because it's kind of difficult.
Okay.
And we can go faster with that. Oh, okay, so yeah, and we might be able to answer more of these. Travis' favorite movie. Okay, Lupe, this is from Lupe. Thank you, Lupe, I appreciate this. How many children do you want? Ooh, okay, we're gonna do Maddie first, and then we'll do me.
Okay.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, 3. Then we're gonna do me. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. This is communication, ladies and gents. Look at us, man. Let's see. Where's Travis's favorite place to go? Ooh. I guess what do we want to kind of limit that down to? Because like it can be restaurant, it could be vacation, it could be
I thought of camping.
like destination.
I don't know.
What would it be? Okay, let's do dream. Let's do dream place.
Okay.
Dream place to go. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Iceland. Man, nailing this, guys. Now, my favorite place to go. She kind of answered it. It's not really. I don't have a specific place. It's just camping. If we go camping, I'm happy. I'm a happy guy.
He gets super excited, and he like doesn't sleep the night before. It's like a little kid when you're about to go to Disney World. He gets really excited.
Camping's amazing. Let's see, what else do we have? I don't even know what my favorite movie is. Me either. Works specific day to day. Okay, we're gonna do one more. Ooh, Wesley, that might be a good one. Okay, what is Maddie's favorite book? Okay, so Maddie's gonna, I'll tell you right now, Maddie does not read novels. She's not a reader. She's a picture person. She likes picture books. That's why she's a kindergarten teacher.
Books?
Now, if it came to kindergarten books,
Oh, I have a favorite.
you do?
I do.
Freak.
You don't know it probably.
You have told me before.
Mm-hmm. And I've showed it to you.
Are You My Mother?
No.
It's Dr. Seuss?
No.
Then it's The Giving Tree.
No.
Oh, then I have no idea. What is it?
It's Chrysanthemum. The
That's a
little
stupid
mouse.
mouse.
She's so cute. I love it.
Chrysanthemum. I don't know if I.
They're so mean to her.
Dang, man.
That's
I didn't
cool.
get that one, so I lose on that one. Who likes Disney? Who likes Disney World more?
Ooh.
I don't know. I went this last year.
He went without me
and I really
a couple
enjoyed
years
it.
ago.
Okay, it was with my dad, and we're at this camera,
Oh,
babe.
sorry.
Thank you very much. She's sitting over here talking to y'all on that camera.
I didn't know.
At least I know where y'all are at. Just kidding. I can look
So
you in the eyes.
confusing.
Okay, we're gonna go one more.
Okay.
One more question, guys. One more. I'm waiting for one more. Have any of you been skiing, and if so, when?
I've never been.
I've been plenty of times. The last time I went was not like last February, like this year, 2020, 2019. February I went skiing. Travis is a little kid with a big body. You know what? I'm proud of it. Okay, proud of it. You call me fat? Just kidding. Have any of you? Okay, no. One more, guys. Give me one more. Give me one more good question. One more good question, and then we're going to go ahead and hop on. And she's got to eat. But she's sleeping right now. She's a
She
cute little
is?
boobs.
Good.
You're gonna wake her.
Oh.
Who's more scared of the dark? Maddie.
Yeah.
I'll punch
You
whatever's
know
in my
what?
way. If I,
He will turn the lights off to make it pitch black
this is
when
fun.
I can't control it, and he'll come like get right in my face, and I get freak out because I don't know where he is, but I know he's like coming at me, and he thinks it's hilarious.
Yeah, it's like she'll be away.
And I
she'll be
freak
away
out.
from the light switch, and I'll like shut the door behind me and have the hallway lights off, and I'll just stare at her, and I'll just put my finger up and cut the light off, and she's like, Travis, where you at, Travis? Looking for me. I'm just like going through the night. And then
Yeah.
sometimes I make noise and she laughs and she knows where I'm at. And then other times I'm like, I can get behind her and she doesn't know that. And I'm like standing behind her. Just kidding. But that is fun. So yeah, she's more scared of the dark. The only reason I hate the dark is because I can't see anything. And so
Well, me too. You do that to me, so it makes it worse.
yeah, so I stomped my foot on a thing before, which hurt. Now I will tell you that there was a time in college that I was scared of the dark because of because of just like a scary time that happened, and it was during my internship. But that's kind of
Yeah.
another story for another
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
If you want to know about this story, just let me know. It's not a long story, but I'll tell you in person rather than over the camera. So you can, if you have questions about it, it's good. It kept me scared for probably about a month or two, but then I was like, you know what? I'm not scared.
And whenever
Scared her.
we were seniors in high school and we went and watched a scary movie,
Yeah, Conjuring.
he called
I hate
me.
scary movies.
He called me in the middle of the night because he couldn't sleep.
Yeah.
But it's okay
She
because I
was-
was awake
yeah,
too and I
yeah,
couldn't
don't let her
sleep.
fool
But
you.
I didn't call. He
Yeah.
called me.
Don't let her fool you. Yeah,
He does
I
not like scary
hate
movies.
scary movies. Like any kind of demon possessed
yeah.
like movies like that or anything. Like I can't do those movies. I hate them. I'm like,
I don't
nope.
like 'em.
I don't even want to try to mess with that crap. Like voodoo boards, guys. Just let me tell you, don't play around with like voodoo boards or whatever they're called, Ouija boards, not voodoo boards or voodoo boards. Don't mess with those either. Don't mess with any of that crap. Okay, it's not good. But yeah, that scared me, and I didn't like it, and I couldn't sleep for a night. But I worked up my courage. Hey guys, if you ever don't like, hey men, actually listen to this, men. If you ever take a woman on a scary movie and you want to act tough and act like you aren't scared, wear a hat first off, and have it facing forward, not backwards like I have mine right now. But look at the bottom, like block out everything with your bill of your hat except for the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, because nothing bad ever happens at the bottom left-hand corner of a movie screen. And so while she's scared, grabbing onto your arm, saying, "Oh my goodness, you're so brave watching this movie," you can be like, "Yeah, I know," like blocking out the corner, and everything's fine. So you can seem like you're tough, and she's gonna be holding onto your arm, and she's gonna be like, "Wow, my hero." That's what I did. Just kidding. I watched the movie, and it terrified me. But yeah.
And his arm would tense up when he was scared.
Yeah, because
So I knew.
Okay, the music starts playing and all of that starts happening. But anyhow, thank you, Meadow. I appreciate you. You don't like them either. But guys, that's all we have for the games and stuff tonight. But what we do have is announcements. So first things first. Next week, we're not going to be here. Okay, around here. I'm taking the Take Live on the road. Okay. So on the road again, just kidding. We're gonna go on the road. I'm not gonna tell you where we're going. It's gonna be a surprise. For the next 5 weeks until we meet together. In case you didn't know, then get the news, we're meeting together October 11th. So, but until then, we are going to be going and meeting online still. And I'm going to be on the road, going to different locations and recording at different places. And it's gonna be great. So make sure that you watch. Make sure that you are a part of the series, and who knows, maybe you get to be on the road again with me. Who knows? I don't know. Do you know? She doesn't even know. Lainey definitely doesn't know because she's asleep right now. So that's the first thing. So again, October 11th, guys, we're going back that Sunday. I'm still trying to figure out Wednesday night stuff, but Sunday we're going to be going back. And then the other thing, if you're in sixth grade right now, you just went out of fifth grade, remember, next Friday, 7 p.m. here at the church, we are going to be having a 20 minutes of chaos. And if you don't think it's going to be 20 minutes of chaos, I just want to let you know, I ordered balloons. And you say, Travis, how many water balloons did you order? And I'm just kind of here to go and to tell you that I ordered enough for all of us to fight in a water balloon fight. And so if you can't see me right now, it's because 3,000 water balloons are blocking your face. So how many water balloons are we gonna have? 3,000. So if you're in 6th grade and you want to throw 3,000 water balloons at me or another volunteer or somebody, then come be a part of the take. We are welcoming you. We're so excited that you are part of our 6th grade event, I guess you could say, event, whatever you want to call it. You're part of us, okay? You're part of us. You're part of the take. So we want to celebrate you. We want to welcome you by what other way than pelting you with water balloons? I mean, that's the best way I can think of, and pelting each other with water balloons. So again, next Friday, September 11th at 7 p.m. It's going to be out here in the front yard. Bring a swimsuit, bring a towel, so you don't get in your parents' car all nasty and wet. And we'll see you there. But as for right now, thank you, Maddie. And thank you, Lynn.
Thanks for having
For
us.
being a part of our service. And guys, we are going to go ahead and hop into worship. Let's go.
I am the monkey, just feed me peanuts.
That's more of an ending.
All right.
At the end?
Yeah, chorus 2. Yeah, just do the chorus 2 at the end.
You have such embarrassing things of me.
The other good thing is back.
Jesse. Hey everybody! Welcome back to The Take. And if you're new here, welcome. Thanks for joining us tonight. We are going to be singing 2 songs for you, so I hope you sing along with us. Wouldn't you say you were grateful?
The bridge was fine. It was that all you've done part, right?
going in there?
I would love it if you
I
would
wasn't
join
ready.
us.
It goes dun dun dun.
You ready?
Yeah, I think. Letting go of every single dream. I lay each one down at your feet. Every moment of my wandering never changes what you see. I tried to win this war, I confess. My hands are weary, I need your rest. Mighty warrior, king of the fight. No matter what I face, you're by my side. When you don't move the mountains, I'm needing you to move. When you don't part the waters, I wish I could walk. When you don't give the answers as I cry out to you, I will trust, I will trust, I will trust in you. Truth is, you know what tomorrow brings. There's not a day ahead you have not seen. So let all things be my life and breath. I want what you want, Lord, and nothing less. When you don't move the mountains, I'm needing you to move. When you don't part the waters, I wish I could walk. When you don't give the answers as I cry out to you, I will trust, I will trust, I will trust in you. I will trust in you. You are my strength and comfort. You are my steady hand. You are my firm foundation, the rock on which I stand. Your ways are always higher. Your plans are always good. There's not a place where I go you've not already stood. When you don't move the mountains, I'm needing you to move. When you don't part the waters, I wish I could walk. When you don't give the answers as I cry out to you, I will trust, I will trust, I will trust in you. I will trust in you. I will trust in you. I will trust in you.
Woo!
Yay! Amen, hallelujah.
It sounded like it was the actual song. I mean, they all sound like the actual song, but because you had the little.
Yeah, no, it was tight. It was tight, girls. Like that was so good.
Like the
It was
extra,
tight.
like
Did I
the.
get a little
Just wait for
echo?
the
Yeah,
screen.
that. There we go. That's a good way to
was
put it.
tight.
All right.
What is up, ladies and gents? Yes, that was a new song. That is by Lauren Daigle. Fun fact, I bought Maddie floor tickets to go see her this summer, but Corona, so that didn't work out. But guys, what's up? Welcome to week 2 of I Have Questions. We're gonna do this for the next several weeks as we go and move forward until we meet in person. Until we meet in person, we're going to be doing this series. So it's I have questions. And hey, if you have questions, text me. Ask me. Like I text a couple of people the other day. And actually, you know what, real quick, if you don't have my phone number, I'm going to tell you real quick. Write it down, just go back, whatever. I don't care. You can text me. Just know that if you're like, oh, I'm going to text him and mess with him, then I'm just going to block you. That's no big deal for me. So my phone number is 713-724-3004 if you need to text me. So again, 713-724-3004. There you go. Boom, guys. Boom. So anyhow, week two if I have questions, if you have questions, text me, ask me, and I will maybe answer them within the next couple of weeks. I'm going to try to answer all of them, all the ones that I have. I have, I think about 6, 7, maybe 8 of them. Some of them can go together, so throughout the weeks, I'm going to end up going and putting them together. But if you remember last week, I said, hey, if you have questions, ask, look. Don't be complacent with going and being like, oh, I think this is the answer. I feel pretty happy with what I believe the answer is. I'm just going to stick with that. Like, no, don't do that. Go and look for the answer, guys. Go and look for it. That blows my mind, but nothing else drives me more insane other than people being like, oh yeah, I'm okay with not knowing. I'm okay with like not knowing the answer and not being fully confident in the answer. Like, go. Look for the answer if you have a question. Don't just ask a question and be like, oh well, especially if it's something that comes to your faith. Figure it out or try to, okay? Again, I don't have all the answers, but I'm here to be able to help. Like, I don't know. It's like, it might be my job, I think. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. Maybe y'all can help me out. It might be my job to help y'all out, help disciple y'all, help answer your questions, but I could be wrong, but I think it is. So if you have questions, just ask. But for this week, all right, we're going to go and talk about another question. But before I get going, what's your favorite type of season, year, or even like holiday, whatever that may be? Maybe you like Labor Day. I don't know. It's a random day. It's next week. But maybe you're like, oh, I love Labor Day. Or maybe you have a big like military family and you like Veterans Day, Memorial Day, or something like that. Or maybe you're a secret Jew and you like Hanukkah. I don't know. Just kidding. But maybe it's Thanksgiving. Maybe it's Christmas. Maybe it's Easter. Maybe it's the Day of Love, Valentine's Day, right? February 14th. Or maybe it's your birthday. Who knows? Maybe it's your birthday. Or it could be some of y'all's birthday and be like, my favorite day is my birthday because my birthday is also Christmas. I don't know. Could be. Did I miss a holiday? Oh! Maybe you like fireworks. My dad loves fireworks. So his favorite day is not New Year's. New Year's is okay. I think there's too many drunk people on New Year's, so I don't really like that. But 4th of July, which was probably equal amount, maybe more. But I like 4th of July, okay? 4th of July. I've never really been someone who likes New Year's because I'm always tired of everyone's like, oh, New Year, new me. Or they go and they end up making like a resolution. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so like, you're going to ruin that in 2 weeks. Like, it's going to be done. And, like, people go to the gym, and they crowd the gyms for, like, a month, and then they're gone. And, like, for the month of January, like, I don't work out because of everyone whose new commitments to go to the gym. But anyhow, and if that's you, I'm sorry. I'm just saying. Maybe you're still going. If you are, kudos to you. If not, then you're the person I'm talking about. But anyhow, right? But maybe you have a favorite holiday. But if you ask Maddie, who's just on here, my wife, hers is Christmas. She loves Christmas. And I see CJ, you like Christmas. Wesley, you like Christmas. RJ, you like Christmas. I'm trying to think who else. Anyone? CJ, you said you like winter. Casey, you said you like winter. Evelyn, you like Christmas, winter. Yeah. So, I mean, what's there not to like about Christmas? I mean, everyone's happy. You got Fat Santa who's going around and giving gifts to everybody. Unless you're bad, then you get coal. But he's going around just happy-go-lucky Santa. Everyone's all happy. It's like the giving season, right? Everyone's like, here's a gift for you, and a gift for you, and a gift for you, right? And everyone gets a gift. Everyone gets a gift. And it's just, everyone's so happy. And unfortunately, we don't get white Christmases, so it doesn't snow. Sometimes we do. Like, it's very, very rare. We got one, like, years ago. Y'all are probably babies, but because I was younger, and I remember, I'm still young, but just kidding. But, right, I mean, sometimes we get Christmas. We get a white, snowy Christmas. But you like winter, and that might be why a reason you like winter. Because, like, most Texans, or most people in general, I think they like snow for, like, a day or two, and then melts away. I'm okay with that. I'm totally fine with that. Snow's fun for like a day or two, unless you're skiing, right? But if you're not skiing and it's just normal day, normal stuff, you're at home and everything, snow for a day or two is gone the next day. I'm totally fine with that. I'm good for one day of snow. That happened, gosh, that would be so amazing if it happened down here, right? But for Maddie, like she decorates everything for Christmas. And she's like, this year we're gonna have our house rather than being an apartment. She's like, Travis, you are putting lights on our house. It's like, okay, whatever, lights are expensive, but I'll do it. So I'm gonna put Christmas lights up. Our house is gonna look amazing. You should drive by one day. I'll give you the address whenever we move in, and maybe you can come by and see all of our Christmas lights that Maddie's gonna make me put up. But that's our favorite time of year. And if it's yours, it might be because, again, everyone's happy, they're in a giving mood and everything else. But what I wanna kind of talk about with Christmas, because with Christmas comes, but throughout the year, and I'm not talking like about just, gifts to people for birthdays or anything else. I'm talking about giving, like giving to the church. Like, I'm sure some of y'all are like, why do we give money to the church? Why do we go and give money here? Another question I like to go and talk about, or another kind of type of giving I like to cover, is time. Right? You're giving of time. You're giving of maybe your muscles. If you can do yard work and there's an old lady who can't mow her yard and you mow the yard for her, right? If you're a guy, or even ladies too. You can mow as well. But right, if you have an ability that someone else doesn't have, what's to you to give them that time? Or maybe it's an inconvenience, right? Maybe it's an inconvenience for you to go and help someone, but you go and you give it anyhow. The question is, and really, obviously, people usually ask more of like, why do we give money? Right? Why do we give money to the church? Why do we go and give money to the church? Like, where does it go? Where exactly does it go? And like trying to figure out of like, not just where does it go, I don't see, like some people will go and argue, right? And here's people who I would argue that don't know how the church runs or understand really the mission behind the church. If people say, don't ever give to the church, like it's just a money hungry, just a bunch of people who are just living off of other people and blah, 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 and all this stuff. And I'm not gonna lie to you, like, if you give money or your parents give money, that helps pay my salary, yeah. But the reason why your parents give to the church is not just because they're in this, not hallucinating, they're like hypnotized. There you go. They're not hypnotized to go and giving money. Like, seriously, if you don't feel comfortable, even if you don't feel comfortable growing up and giving money to the church, fine, don't give money to the church. Give money to charity. I don't care. But the idea of giving, that's what we're covering. And so the question usually pops up of why do we give? And I would like to argue that a lot of the times for the reason why you give is out of selfish ambition. It's because you want to make yourself feel good. You're like, hey, whenever I've given something to someone, whether that be time, money, a present, whatever, you're like, it feels good. It feels good for me to go and give this because I feel like I did something nice for this person. And you know what? It makes me kind of like I spend a little extra on that money. And this money that I gave, or this present, that I gave them. And they're gonna notice that and they're gonna really appreciate it. And that's just gonna make me feel good because I gave a little bit extra to them. And I would argue that maybe y'all are all like that. I think 90% of people are like that. They just give because it makes them feel good. Or they give out of their wealth. Guys, I'm here to go and kind of talk with you about the scriptures of why do we give? You look in Scripture and that's what you see. You see God who's constantly going and talking about giving, whether that be time, service, or money. Those are usually kind of the three things that it can kind of go down to, right? It's time, service for someone, which is kind of the same thing, but we're just going to separate them, and then money. So that's kind of like the things that we go and we see that is given throughout Scripture. And like the question is why do we give? Well, that's what we're going to answer. We're going to answer tonight. We're going to hopefully be able to cover it well, and we're going to look at some scriptures. And so if we look at examples of giving, we can look at Matthew 4:19. So I'm going to paraphrase all of them. I'm not going to go, I only have one scripture that I'm going to go and really get into detail with, but the others I'm going to kind of paraphrase. But in Matthew 4:19, Jesus is walking around going and finding his disciples, and he's like, hey, come with me. And people were sitting there fishing. Okay, that's their livelihood, that's their career, that's what they're doing to put bread on the table. And they drop their net and they go follow Jesus. They end up giving not just their time, not just their money, technically, not just their service, but they give everything to go and to follow him. They go and they put it all aside, right? He goes and walks up to them and says, follow me and I'll make you fishers of men. And I don't know what compelled them, and maybe there was a couple more sentences that were in there, but they dropped their nets and they went and followed Jesus. If you go and you look at God in general, throughout all of the Old Testament, you see him blessing people in Jerusalem and the Israelites constantly throughout the Old Testament. And he's giving and giving and giving, whether it's land or whether it's offspring, like children or whatever it may be, God is constantly going and giving. Or the big thing that we can talk about is grace. Man, goodness gracious. You want to see God's grace? Look at the Old Testament, how many times people, the Israelites, people have turned away from him, be like, God, forget you. And then God's like, all right, fine. I'm just going to leave my hand. I'm going to take my hand of protection off you. I'm going to let you do what you want because you don't want anything to do with me. And so they go and do what they want, and then it ends up screwing up. And they're like, okay, God, if you could help us out, we'd appreciate it. And he's like, okay. And he comes back to him. And he gives in that way. He went and gave... whenever it comes to the grace of his son, right? But there's an example of people giving away is in Matthew 4:19 when they go and decide to follow Jesus. And Mark 12, verse 41 through 44. And I'm going to read this. I think I'm I'm one page forward. But Mark 12, verse 41 through 44 says, Jesus sat down at the opposite place where the offerings were put and watched the crowd put their money into the temple treasury. So there was an area where people would go and put the money, and people would go, and Jesus was watching it, just seeing who put in. And he says, many rich people threw in large amounts, but a poor widow came and put in 2 very small copper coins, worthy only of a few cents. Calling his disciples to him, Jesus said, truly I tell you, this poor widow has put more into the treasury than all these others. They all gave out of their wealth, but she gave out of poverty, put in everything, all she had to live on. That's what she did. And there's an example of this woman who has nothing, that has lost, she could argue she's lost everything when it comes to losing her husband, and she's very poor. And you have to know, again, like, if there's a widow, guys, and she didn't have any children, especially men, like boys, then there's no one to take care of her. You got to remember, at this time, it was a male-dominant job. Like the women took care of the families, and the men went out and found jobs. And as they found jobs and they got older, they helped take care of their mothers. If she was a widow and didn't have any kids, doesn't have a husband, doesn't have any kids, there's no one to take care of her. And so hence she put in a few cents, yet Jesus looked and said, she's given more than what these other people have given, because they've given out of their wealth. She's given out of what she has. She's given all that she has. Or if we want to even go farther, we can go and look at 1 John 3:16. And 1 John 3:16 goes and talks about Jesus, who ended up going and giving himself. And same with 1 John 4:19. We respond in all of this giving because God loves us. So again, in 1 John 3:16, it talks about how Jesus has gone and has given himself up. How he has literally said, I have come. God himself said, here's an example of a woman giving. Here's an example of me giving in the Old Testament. And here's an example now of me giving myself. And that's what 1 John 3:16 goes, not John 3:16. John 3:16 kind of actually does the same thing, right? But 1 John, because it's for God so loved the world that he gave his one and only son. And so we see this constant pattern of God giving, of him constantly going and giving and giving and giving and giving. And the answer is, why do we give? Why do we see so much that is being given to us, and why are we called to go and give so much back? Guys, the answer is in 1 John 4:19. But we kind of can go and translate it and change it up a little bit. Not to where, I don't want to say not to where it works for us in this sermon, but it works together. And I'll answer. I'll just say it or read it, whatever, and it'll kind of answer itself. So 1 John 4:19, I quote it all the time. We love because he first loved us. What does love have to deal with? If I have to look at God's track record, it looks like love has to deal with giving. Giving in hard times, giving up everything. Giving up things that are difficult to give away. Because that's when love shows. Is whenever people have things that they hold tight, that's near and dear to their heart, but they see someone else in need, and they go and give. And whenever they give, people notice that there's something different. And you see, the reason why we give is because we understand what God's given us. You see, God's given us a second chance. And that's what, I mean, anyone, everyone, myself included, needs and wants. It's a second chance, and that's exactly what Jesus gives. Jesus gives us a second chance by going and dying on the cross for our sins. He says, hey, Jesus, I'm sorry, reverse back a little bit, but Jesus goes and says, hey, I'm giving myself for you. And all that I ask is out of what you see the abundance of what I have given you, and that abundance being life, every single breath that you take, and then life eternal if you trust in Him, if you understand and you accept for Him to be God and to be your Savior. He says, look, I've given you everything. Are you willing to give up some things for others so that they might be able to go and understand that you're giving because God's given you so much? And it's just like, right? It's kind of like the domino effect. God loves you so much that that love overpoured to you. It hit you. It hit you so hard that you started tilting over, and you're like, you know what? His love has hit me so hard, His giving has hit me so hard that I'm actually starting to tumble over. And whenever you start tumbling over, your giving hits someone else, and someone sees, wait, why is Travis, or why are you going and giving me all this stuff? Like, this is out of nowhere. Like, you're giving me this love that I've never noticed. You've given me stuff. You're helping me out, and where I didn't think it was possible for people to help me out. Why are you doing this? And guess what? They just look back at this domino effect. And you say, the reason why I loved you is because I've been hit with a boulder of love, because Christ has given me new life. He has given me new meaning. He has given me purpose. He has given me all of this. And another reason why we give, guys, is not just because of the love that God's given us or the grace that He's given us, but we give because it's a symbol of trust. We read all in Scripture that God is going to take care of us, that He's going to bless us. And you know, sometimes you look at the disciples, they all got killed. They got martyred. They were martyrs. Pretty much every single one of them ended up getting killed, and it was in some kind of traumatic way. They were martyrs, and some people were like, wow, that's kind of terrible. But let me tell you, the giving or the sacrifice that they made of their own life was nothing compared to the eternal life that was given to them by Christ. And so we give because, I'm sorry, I stepped out a little bit, but we give because we trust God. We trust that He's going to provide for us. The reason why we give is because we know that He's going to provide for us. The same reason, y'all might ask, right, for that day of rest, the Sabbath day. Do you understand, back in the day, whenever they would go and work 6 days out of the week, that seventh day, most of the time they were farmers, right, taking care of the land. Land is pretty intense, okay? I don't know if y'all are farmers. I don't think you are. You live in the suburbs, but you might be a farmer. You might have some kind of understanding or whatever with it. But whenever it comes to farming, you got to make sure you're on top of it. You got to make sure you're killing any kind of rodents that get in there. You're making sure that you're taking care of your plants. They're getting enough water. They're getting enough sunlight, all of that stuff. And God was telling him, take a day. Take a day off. Trust me on this seventh day. You can work all 6 of these days, but trust me in giving your time, giving your day of rest to me, and I will make sure that everything stays intact, that everything works out. And that's the same thing for us giving. That's a way to be able to say, thank you, God, for what you've given to me, as well as I'm trusting you moving forward. Maddie and I, right? I mean, it's kind of funny, right? I mean, we tithe. It's like, right, obviously she gets paid from the school district, I get paid from the church, right? But my paycheck, I end up going and getting my paycheck, and then I go and tithe back into the church. And so it's like I'm giving money back into the church because I trust its mission, because I know that what is happening here at RPC is changing lives. And so that's what I know. And so I give back in thanksgiving because God's blessed me with a job, blessed me with a home that I have in my head, over my head, a roof over my head. And so I give out of the abundance that's been given to me. But see, God also looks at the heart, and he said, well, yeah, you might give out of the abundance that is given to you, but how much more are you willing to give? Are you willing to give out of your abundance? And he checks your heart. He says, what's the reason you're giving? Are you giving because you want your chest to be big? Or are you giving because you see how much Christ has given to you, and you trust him, and you're giving out of thanksgiving? You see, things get really technical, and you have to understand, out of everything, guys, if you don't get anything for tonight, you have to understand that God looks at your heart. You're not fooling him. If it comes to giving, if it comes to living a life that is after him, You know you're not fooling anyone, and you're definitely not fooling him. He looks at your heart, and he knows what your motive is behind what you do. And so my question for you is, after hearing this, how does this shape your viewpoint of giving? How does this shape what you understand or what you have come to know whenever we talk about giving? Because again, like, a lot of people are just so like, oh, where do we give? Like, are we, like, it's not about where you give. It's about why you give. Again, you can give to the church, you can give to some kind of, you can go and just you have whatever, several hundred, whenever y'all are older and you want to go and give money, you have a job, you're like, I have several $100s, I'm not going to give it to the church, I'm not going to give it to a nonprofit, I'm going to give it to a homeless person. Doesn't do that. That's fine. But you have to understand the reason why you're giving. You're giving because Christ has given to you. You're giving out of thanksgiving. You're giving because you trust God and what he's going to provide for you in the future. So, again, why do you give? It's because of all those things. I just said it, so I'm not going to go back over it. So guys, I hope that's helped maybe with the giving. We're going to go in a little bit more deeper theological questions as we move forward. This was kind of just a very light one that I think I've just seen so much over social media. It's like, oh, don't give to the church, don't do this, don't do that. Like, it's so stupid that you give, blah, blah, blah. And sometimes you give for the wrong reasons. And I have before in the past. I've given for the wrong reasons of like, oh, here, look at me, see how good of a person I am. I'm not, guys, you have to understand, I'm in need of just as much grace from God as you are. Every single day, every single minute, every single second. I need a reminder of this that I preach to you every single day as well. And so what's your motive behind giving? Do you give out of abundance? Do you give because God's given so much to you and he's poured out so much for you and you just give out of love? I don't know, but I hope this kind of helped clear it out. Maybe this helped you rethink about what it means to go and to give. So with that being said, ladies and gents, I know some of you are like, I don't even have any money or anything to give. Give in time, give in service, give in your muscles, right? Kind of like I was talking in the beginning. We're going to go ahead and hop into small groups. Again, guys, remember October 11th, we're going back live here on Sunday. I'm still trying to figure out Wednesday night stuff, but on that Sunday, it's going to be high school and middle school. It's going to be both, okay? All in this room together, just because we don't know, if we end up it's like too many people in this room, then we'll probably have Wednesday night high school and Sunday morning middle school, kind of like we were doing before all of this happened. So again, guys, I'm super excited. Now we have a date, like the countdown, okay? We have 6 weeks, counting it down, baby, to be able to go and see y'all in person. So I'm super pumped. But as of right now, we're gonna go ahead and hop into small groups. So let's go.